Hi guys, it's Harmony and today is Mum Monday.
Call it love and devotion. Call it a mom's adoration.
Lovely mum, and I am going to be interviewing her on a certain subject. I'm going to try and do Mum Mondays every week. It might not happen every week because, you know, it's real life, you know, things happen. So it might not always happen. And if you want to, you can comment down below what other subjects you'd like, to be my mum to ask. I've got questions here on my lovely handy phone, which I'm going to ask my mum. And the theme today is Facebook. So I'm going to ask you some questions about Facebook. And I thought this is quite a good one because lots of people use Facebook, and if we just take one person out okay, let's just start the questions because, you know. Okay, so did or do you use Facebook?
I did, and I don't at the moment. I'm having a Facebook holiday.
So you're not using Facebook
at the moment. I've still got a Facebook account.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got 3 Facebook
yes,
accounts.
3 Facebook accounts.
But I've stopped using it.
Yeah.
For a while.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to work out when I go back and what I'm going to do with it.
Okay. Okay. And how did or does Facebook affect you?
Well, it's quite a deep question for me because when I started using Facebook for business. I was advised to use it for business to make sales and so on. And things went a bit pear-shaped for me, and that didn't work out, and I got quite down, and I started to use Facebook in the evening as a way of like social interaction with people. And looking at other people's pictures, like when they went on travels and so on, and it really helped me at that time. But then I found that little red dot on the phone became a bit tempting. Every time I saw that red dot, I wanted to go onto Facebook. And then it became a little bit of a everyday, every hour.
I think the red dot is the notification button.
That's
if you guys are all sitting there like, what is the red button?
Yeah, I never know what these things are called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
the notification button. Yeah, it was like it was like a red rag to a bull, or a red notification button to me, to a mum.
Okay, so the second question: have you seen Facebook affect others, and if so, how?
Yeah, I think in similar ways. You've got people who use Facebook as their main way of socialising. So they don't communicate or pop around friends' house anymore. They keep in contact with people through Facebook. So I suppose that's a positive thing in a way. But on the other hand, you kind of lose contact with friends, that face-to-face contact. I've also seen people use it in a very negative way to kind of bully people and lure people into believing that there's something else on Facebook. And in fact, I've seen someone actually was attacked because of somebody pretending there was somebody else, luring them out to meet up with them, and finding out it was a completely different person. So, that's a question. That's a nice little bit emotive and a little bit of a downer, but it can be. Facebook can be both. I've seen it affect people in wonderful ways. In terms of keeping in contact with people from really far away, up to date when people get qualifications, when they've had babies, when they get married, wonderful. The other thing is like when people go on holidays, you don't have to travel to see wonderful pictures anymore and wonderful things that happen in nature. You can actually see it on Facebook.
Can we move on to the next question now? Is that okay?
Like
there's more questions.
Okay, just one other thing.
Okay, one other thing.
Recently, I've seen it affect people because there's so many negative things happening around the world, and you're actually seeing people being killed on Facebook. So that's having an effect on people who can't handle that sort of issue. Is having a very bad effect on people and making them feel that they don't want to be on Facebook anymore because they can't handle this constant negative things that are popping up on Facebook.
Okay, that's a good point. And just want to pause there.
All right.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Just gonna put it out there.
That's just one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of them.
And next question is, what is your opinion on children using Facebook, and how old do you think they should be when using Facebook?
Well, I've got to keep it real here. I've got no influence over my oldest child. So, I mean, Facebook came out when she was growing up, but my last two children, one who's 15, one who's 13.
Which is me.
The 15-year-old, he's fine with Facebook because he doesn't go on there all the time. He did start to get into I've got more friends, you've got more friends, I've got 500 friends on Facebook. But he also experienced people coming on Facebook and trying to drag him down, with really negative comments and using it in a very negative way. So, I had to step in, and that made me realise how dangerous Facebook could be, along with all the other stuff that, you find out what's happened to children who've been bullied, and some of them, people, friends of friends that I know have lost children because of bullying on Facebook. So, how old? I think it's not so much how old they are, but their attitude towards themselves. If they feel bad about themselves or they're not very confident, I think that's the indicator. There's something called Gillett Competent that they use to say whether children can get the pill or not. I think that should be applied in this situation. Gillett Competent is called, because that would then assess. You have to assess whether your child is a child that would actually talk to you about issues if they come up. That's one thing. Have you got a good enough relationship with your child that if something was going wrong, they'll come and talk to you? The other thing, I think, is that if that child tends to get really sensitive about things people say, that's another thing that will be an indicator whether they should have Facebook or not. There's a legal aspect, but nobody takes any notice of that anyway, because parents give their kids Facebook. So I think I would judge it on those two things.
Okay.
And also look at their age. So I'd put it at around 14, 15, depending on those two factors about the child.
Okay. That's actually a really good answer.
Thank you.
Long one.
Right.
Now we have to move on to the next question.
I'm a bit long-winded, folks.
Which is, what are some positives about Facebook? I just want to say, you've kind of answered this already. So if you could keep this one kind of short, just like what you haven't said, but if you think I've pretty much answered this, then we can move on.
Okay, Facebook. The first Facebook I had was from networking, business networking. It's an excellent tool for business and networking. And now that they've got live streaming, that's even better. So you can actually put videos up instantly and advertise your business. And also because you've got those little Facebook shops that are local, rather than eBay that spends eBay fees are just ridiculous. So using it for business, like small businesses, excellent tool, right? Also keeping in contact with people's births. I did say it before, like births, marriages, graduations, nice things that are happening with your family that's living far away. And then you've got the other little add-on to Facebook, which is Facebook Messenger, where you can have this kind of face-to-face video
chat, like
yes.
Skype, FaceTime, Uvu, things like that.
And now you've got Facebook Messenger that operates in the same sort of way. So you can have this kind of feeling like you're sitting with your family or sitting with your loved ones or your friends and communicating with them directly. You can't give them a hug, because I like to hug and stuff. You can't give them a hug. Yeah, there you go. Right. You can't give them a hug, but you feel as if they're there with you in the room, and it's a nice feeling. And I think that's a really good thing about Facebook. Can I just say one thing I don't like about Facebook?
No, because there's more questions.
Okay, is the pictures. But anyway, yeah, all right, go on.
There's more questions. That's what happens when you have a mum who talks too much. Okay. Not too much, but just a lot.
Yeah.
What is your best and worst experience with Facebook?
Oh, I met a psychopath. There was a psychopath. It was the weirdest thing ever. Weirdest.
Just met a psychopath.
I met a psychopath.
So casual.
Yeah, met a psychopath. Very manipulative, trying to control what people said, to him, but he could say whatever he wanted to, and he was gathering this following of people, and he would just say, if you disagree with me, you're not allowed to say anything against anything that I put on, but he could say what he wanted to.
Pause. Ambulance is coming.
Oh, we live near to a hospital.
Yeah, we live right next to a hospital, so there's that,
we don't tell you which one, but
yeah, I'm not telling you that.
but a hospital,
Okay,
somewhere
a hospital.
in the world.
Anyway.
Yeah, so and he was really quite manipulative, and then he got my my number and tried to get involved with me, and it was the creepiest thing ever. And then he came back as a friend of his that had died on the messenger. Yeah, this is for real.
Oh my God.
And then he came back as a different name on a group chat, right? It was a little bit sort of like Black Lives Matter sort of chat, and he came back as a different person, but I recognised him, and he had the same kind of entourage of people following him and agreeing with his very negative.
Okay.
It was creepy.
I'm gonna stop you there. You can't say your best thing because you've said so much. You've said quite a lot about like video chatting. I'm sure that's one of your best experiences, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like kind of.
Yeah.
So because we're running short on time. But the last question. Wait, no. There's 2 questions left, and we have like 4 minutes to do it. So the first one is, what is your overall opinion on Facebook?
My overall opinion on Facebook is it's got a lot of uses. But like all social media, there's that element of intrusion into your life. So although we're using it for our own communication with people, you have the sense that there's someone watching you and taking your business, your words and your pictures, and it's being stored somewhere. And I don't like that feeling, and that's part of the reason why I stopped going onto Facebook, because I have the sense that they've got your stuff, and they're throwing back pictures at you that is no longer on your phone, and they're popping up and they're saying, "Oh, here's a memory that you might like," and I'm thinking, I may not like this memory, maybe I don't want to have this memory, but clearly they're storing all the pictures and some of your words. Because I put poetry up sometimes just to see how it's responding, because I love to write poetry, just putting that out there. And I think, well, is somebody taking my poetry and, turning it into a book and giving it to somebody else's name? I mean, I don't know. And the other thing is, it's so easy to take somebody's picture off of Facebook. If you see it, you can download it.
Screenshotting is one of like the biggest things.
You can just pull somebody's picture off.
Yeah.
So the security, I guess, is just not,
Okay.
right, and the privacy.
All right. So this is the last question for this episode of Mum Mondays.
Oh, I was enjoying that.
And that question is, what advice would you give to a Facebook user? And they have like, any age, any like maybe new, old, like just general, like
Don't tell people where you are. Don't give people too much information. Don't put anything up there that you would not like to share with the general public.
Okay. So thank you.
And use it for your advantage, I think.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching my Mondays today. It was so fun recording this with my mum. And if you want some more, comment and like this video. And please subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching Mum Mondays. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.
3 seconds spare, look, until we can't record anymore.